How's it going? You got a minute to talk? So let's talk. I know things are going rough. I really do. Okay, trust me. I'm in the same boat. Figured I would just do this little setup here, just to get this little one-on-one a little closer, a little more personal, right? So, I know things are rough. I really do, trust me. But, I see life like this sometimes. Well, most time. All the time. If we watch like the news, and it's all negative, and we're around people that are our friends or family, co-workers that are negative, let me have you understand this, that's energy, my friends. Okay? That's complete energy. So it has a certain vibration. And that vibration, it goes through everything. It goes through our bodies. We just don't want to get into the science of it because we're trying to, see how your day is and talk to you for a minute, So, if you can eliminate some of those things, like seriously, we have a lot of more control than we think on our own lives, even though a lot of it is influenced by external forces. If you remove some of that negative energy, you don't go over that friend's house, that's blah, 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 or you don't watch the news, and things like that, you're going to get less of that vibration, that energy, because constantly it's always hitting on us, and guess what? It's changing and affecting the way that we feel and we think. So then it becomes to the point where there's been so much negativity, like your bills, your kids, if you got kids, the people you work with, things like that, when you got to deal with that, it just makes it seem like life itself and in general is negative. Okay, but doesn't mean that has to turn you negative. And this is my whole point where I'm going. Is that if you can change the vibration within yourself, so instead of watching the news, put on some music, shake your ass, go sweep the floor, go vacuum, do something that's positive, right? Because it's going to change the vibration to a higher frequency, to a higher level, so now you are in tune, right? You ever notice when your favorite song comes on? Right? Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. So when we look at our lives and say, look, shit stinks, and it's really hard for us to manage our lives, we need somebody else to do it, to help us. Now we got codependency, things like that, relationships, whatever. Let's just rewind that. The technique that I use is just as simple as this. Redirect yourself. If you have a bill to pay and it's stressing you out and you're like, I don't know, I pay this and that and blah, 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 blah. Look at it logically. Cut that in half if you have to. Split it up. Pay the whole thing. However you have to do it. But do it. Okay? Because when shit lingers, that's when that negativity just wraps in on us, right? And it holds us there. Redirect your focus. If you got kids and they're like, I want cookies, you redirect them and, that's if they already had like 25 cookies. I'm just saying. Try not to focus on the outside of what's going on in the world. Obviously your responsibilities are your responsibilities. But as general and as in whole, procrastination is not fun. That's part of the negativity. The situations and the events that we live with as Americans, and even in the whole entire world, because I'm speaking to everybody in the world pretty much. Yeah, those things suck. But if you focus on the external part of the life, then you're going to see only that, because gas is expensive, groceries are expensive, bills have to be paid. Kids got to go to the dentist, dogs go to the vets, you know? And that's when it takes a big giant turd on us. So, my friends, if you start thinking inward, internally, with yourself, and you have that, we all have that internal dialogue. So we like talk to ourselves. And I know you do, because I do, my dogs do, everybody does. It's just what you say that matters. And that internal dialogue that you're speaking with is your spirit, which is your channel to the divine. So when that internal dialogue becomes positive and high vibrational, like paying that bill that you've been putting off, but when you do, you guess what? Don't have to worry about it no more. Releasing that negativity because you've been worried about paying it when, I don't know, should I even, blah, blah, blah. When you knock it out, it goes away. Till the next one, of course. But you know what I mean? So when I give these examples of being able to how to pull your own head out of your ass with things and step your own vibration up, it's because I lived it. It's an experience that I very am well capable of doing, because I've done it all my life. And it's hard, because some things you don't want to pull away, some things you do. But you really have to take yourself out externally and look inward. What is the best for you? What makes you feel that it's going to bring your happiness to you? And I'm telling you, switching that vibration over and letting things go, taking care of things, all those things weigh on us. I mean, I'm not even going to get into the foods we eat and the air we're breathing and all those other shit, but you know what I mean? Switch your vibration. You know, I do talk a lot about meditations and you know, spiritual things like saging and candles, and you know, there's a lot. But see, this has a vibration. This is vibrating, and the flame is vibrating, and the wax. So when you could pull yourself into some of the positive external things, that's going to help you inward. Okay, because it's like, if you've known about the chakras and you've heard about the chakras, there's some people say there's 7, some people say there's 13, there's 28, 104, who knows? Depends on what, you know, background you check into with that. But nonetheless, it's like storage, okay? Those are like storage tanks, right? So when we speak of the crown chakra, right, we get our information from outside. External comes in, we save it, the pieces that we need, the rest go in our subconscious, maybe get shifted out in our dreams, I don't know, but I think that's what dreams are. But that fills up, okay? So then you don't have any more room to really gain more knowledge of thinking if you think about the crown chakra, because that is your thought process. So when you can clear some of that data, clear your cookies, wipe the browser, whatever you gotta do, empty it. Meaning, stop thinking about some things. Unnecessary things like the bill. If you gotta pay the bill, pay the fucking bill. Then guess what? Now you don't have to think about it because it's already done paid. What a big relief that is. And guess what? That's like 30 megabytes erased permanently. Leaving you more room to fill up with now what? Positive, negative. Gone, positive, in. The energy can be now filled positively with other things that you might be able to find around in your world that that you find happy for yourself. And trust me, when you're able to do that, it's so easy. But it's so hard because you have to, if you want to have that feeling, because once you do it and you have that feeling, you're going to be elated, you're going to be enlightened, you're going to be now aligned in a higher vibration. Now, what does that mean? That means you have more storage, more memory space because you're in a higher level. Now you can achieve other things, because then you'll be looking for other opportunities. So because you might see this time you have to pay this bill and it's going to leave you short, da-da-da-da-da. If you go within and you analyze that and you're going to say, well, next time this bill comes around, I'm fucking sick of feeling the way this is about it every time. So then you're going to plan, which means that thought process of I'm sick of it feeling, I feel a way about this bill every time. Once you have that thought and want to change it, that is what technically empties your thought process. That negativity that you've been holding on to, the worries, the stress about the bill. So once you get that ready to hit that button and delete, which is actually now paying that bill, delete, gone. So now you have free storage, more memory space, more chance for higher vibration. So then you implant it with the now what example of, I don't want to feel this way next time this bill comes, so I'm going to save money. That way, once that bill comes in, I can pay it right off. Just like I did with this one, and be worry free. Now what? Internal, building more storage open. But you're in succession building levels of your own achievements. Even as small as paying a bill. Because you all know it feels good once you pay a bill and it's done. Until the next time it comes through. But having that double capacity leads you into more successions of higher vibration. Making you feel more happy. Not really, you won't even be able to be seeing what's going on in the outside world because you wouldn't give two shits because you're too busy now looking for good things to fill in that space. See where I'm going? But you have to consciously, willingly want to do it. So that means if you got that bill, you know you got to pay it. Pay it. That's about the best example I can give of that because we all pay bills, so we all can relate, you know? But it gets higher and higher and higher and higher in the highest because the frequency is crazy. And so if you think of yourself as like this crystal, it's vibrating at a certain level, certain frequency. That's what we do, we're resonators. So then take another crystal, you put it together. Now you're amplifying it. Take another crystal, put it together, amplifying it. These are the storage. Just like us, we're the storage. So it depends on what you retain in your storage memory bank for your computer. Sometimes you gotta defrag and delete, clear the history, like I said, empty the browser. Because a lot of people get stuck in that, I don't know how to drain it. And it's just taking action to eliminate some things. Like if you gotta do dishes and you're like, it's 9 o'clock at night and you're like, I don't wanna do dishes, I wanna go to bed, I wanna relax. Well, if you just got off your ass and forced yourself to do those dishes, then you wouldn't think about them. They'd be done. Then you can go back, sit on your couch, 15 minutes later, after you shoved them in the dishwasher. But then it's like 6 hours of stressing about doing the dishes compared to the actual 15 minutes of doing them. That's emptying 6 hours worth of space of that worry and I gotta do it in bed, you know? Another example. So that's practice that I live by. And like I said, it's helped me get to very high stages of vibrations where I can sit in a pile of shit and just think happy thoughts and be floating out of that shit. Crystal clear, clean, and ready. So, I just had to get it off my chest because I've been thinking about that for a couple days. I wanted to put something together. I wasn't sure how I was going to do it because, it sounds weird. I don't know, but it's from my experience that I know how to be able to transmute energy. Don't doubt it. Because I'm a fucking pro. Anyways. So I wanted just to have this little intimate talk with you and make sure your day was going good. And have a little chit chat about how to get your own head out of your ass. And feel that happy life. Because we all deserve it. Talk to you later, my friend.